trippers, the grasshoppers, the hip ones, all gathered in secrecy and flying high as a kite. Forget it, man, and get with the countdown. Shake this square world and blast off for Kicksville.
Welcome to Hanging Loose, a disc golf podcast, hosted by Shanked DG and Spicy Boy. Today's guest, Charles Rapp.
We're live. Welcome to the Hanging Loose podcast. My name is Shank DG. With me as always.
Spicy in the CM Punk muscle shirt because it's WrestleMania week and we're excited about it.
Yeah. Let's go.
Well, I'm excited about it. I don't think the other two give a shit.
Our guest is excited about it. He wants to talk some wrestling with you.
Really?
Yeah. I don't know shit about wrestling. I used to watch like Monday Night Raw back when I was like, I don't know, like in the double digits as a kid.
You know, and, the world's heavyweight champion is from Iowa.
Who? What happened?
Seth freaking Rollins. Nothing happened. I was avoiding violating terms of service.
Gotcha. Seth Rollins. I didn't know that.
Yeah, he's from Iowa.
The one thing I remember that was like notable from my time watching WWE was I remember the event when John Cena was like pulled out of the crowd.
Was that like, the one that was sponsored by Great Lakes Disc?
Oh, it might have been.
Remember.
Yeah, I remember them saying you should use Hanging Loose at checkout for 10% off.
And then John Cena was like, don't forget.
Yep. Trumpets.
I can't wait to get shit for my heartogram tattoo with my initials in it. But you know what? It exists, and I'm tired of pretending like it doesn't. So
heartogram?
Yeah, that's good.
I suppose. I've seen that. Is that just what it is?
Yeah, so basically most people around our age will look at this and be like, Bam Margera, because Bam puts these all over everything and it's all over all of his stuff, and it's for a band that he likes. They wanted to play metal music, but that was about love, and so they took a pentagram and they turned the tops into a heart, so that's a heartogram.
Nice.
And they're genuinely one of my favorite bands. I know every song they've ever released. I have every piece of music they've ever released. I've seen them many times. I saw the first show of their farewell tour back in...
Are you talking about Bam's band?
2017. No, the band Bam likes. It's called Him. They're from Finland. But
gotcha.
This was my 18th birthday gift to me, and I didn't know what to put in the middle, so I just put my own initials.
Nice.
Maybe I am Josh Hampton. I don't...
No, it'd be a different symbol.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry for hitting the mic real quick. So, hold on.
Now you know how I feel. God, you're such an RGB queen. Holy shit.
You just get to look at that trash bag in there.
That's okay. You guys get to look at this trash bag right here.
We talking RGB? Let's see. There we go. Well, let's see if we can get the
like one of those
going.
Parrots. Those little parakeets on TikTok.
I'm just going to be getting arrested the whole episode. Where is it? Come on, give it to me. There it is. Oh
my God, please be warned if you have epilepsy or are susceptible to seizures.
We'll have to do no, I'll just leave it on the fucking blow my white ass out here. In terms of camera, not subscribe to my OnlyFans. See me truly get my
Which one of us has our arms out? Not his OnlyFans.
My white ass blown. I can't say it.
Get your white ass blown out?
Yeah. Subscribe to my OnlyFans.
And with a straight face.
Yeah. God, what is happening with my camera, man?
It's a shanked PG. Except it's not PG.
What was it? I lost a bet last year in my in the fantasy league I did last year, and I had to change my name to Spanked DG for like a week.
I remember that. I remember seeing that on Twitter.
That was a fun one. Back when I was a grifter.
At least it was for you. We were all just laughing. The rest of disc golf Twitter was laughing. Oh man, I'm a little low energy today. I apologize. I did absolutely nothing all weekend for the first time ever. Like I watched 2 full seasons of the show The Rookie.
Ooh, nice.
Yeah, I've done a whole lot of nothing. So It's going to be a nice, mellow.
I've been doing enough for the both of us.
Podcast. Yeah, I've heard.
Yeah, so I went
you're still at the Iowa house, right? I thought you went back to Oklahoma.
I just got back on Friday night, like midnight, and so I went down to Oklahoma for like four-ish days to try to secure a job in a house. I secured a job, not a house, but waiting to hear.
I thought it was jobs plural.
It is jobs plural. So I mean, not that anybody really truly cares, but I applied for a dealership in where I'm going to be moving, and they didn't really have a position open for me, but they're like, we can create a part-time role for you, and I was like, that's fine. And then they called me back later that day and is like, you know what? We'll get you a full-time job, but it's 2 part-time roles at 2 different dealerships in town. So I'll be running the marketing department for 2 dealerships in that town.
You have to come up with 2 phone number jingles.
Right. That might actually end up being something that I have to do. But
I love writing jingles and shit. I'll take uncredited success.
Shoot. I mean, I'll pay you something.
And fucking apples.
And apples. Yeah. Shout out Cosmic Crisp. I need to start doing stuff with all my sponsors I've gathered over the last year. I've been so busy. I haven't been posting for shit. What I've been posting, I've just been getting railed on.
Of course, that's your favorite thing. I don't know if I spelled that horribly wrong. Extraordinaire.
I think you nailed it.
Speaking of sponsors, finally put in my actually everyone did orders for the Team OTB jersey for 2024.
Ooh, yes.
So I'm very excited to get it. It's pretty good looking. There was a whole bunch of color choices that I wanted, but I ended up going with purple. Classic OTB choice. And then if anyone wants to donate and buy me other ones, they're $30 a piece for the extras. So I look forward to 0 of those dollars coming in.
That's actually
yeah, because they're like really nice. Like if you bought them retail on their site, it'd be like 55 or 60. So they don't mark them up at all for additionals for team members. So pretty excited.
Well, that's dope. So you get like one allotted jersey for the year, and then you get like, I assume, discounted price on any additional ones you want.
Yeah, it's basically they just cover the cost of them, I guess. For I don't know how much of this I'm allowed to be saying. I'll probably get fired tomorrow, but we just cover the cost for whatever the jersey is to them for additional.
Gotcha. So no profit on OTB's end, just manufacturer cost.
Yep, pretty much.
Wholesale pricing.
Aside from all the other glorious perks of being a member of Team OTB.
Hell yeah. I mean, that's a sick sponsor to have acquired.
I did 0 to earn it, I feel like. So I'm grateful for everything that they say.
You're a jingle writer extraordinaire and giving away that free Burger King advertisement. Come on, Burger King, pay us.
Actually, if you want to know how fat I am, I got Burger King on the way home for early dinner.
Can I guess your Burger King order?
Yeah, but you'll probably get it wrong.
Okay.
Do you want my normal Burger King order or what I got today? Because I switched it up a little bit today.
Just normal one. I think I can guess what it's a typical day. Spicy Boy pulls up into a Burger King drive-thru. He's waiting like two cars behind. His car dies in the drive-thru. Has to try to start it up a couple times.
Fuck off. Piece of shit.
He pulls up to the speaker and orders 1 original crispy chicken sandwich.
No.
2 Whopper Juniors with cheese.
Nope.
And a vanilla Coke.
No. My Burger Kings don't have the freestyle machine, so I can't order vanilla Coke.
Oh.
But it's odd that you say that because what I was going to tell you before you so really jumped in to guess my order, it was not rude at all. I'm being an asshole. Is I got a large Coke and I had a vanilla Coke in the fridge for when I ran out of the large Coke. And this is vanilla Coke in a Burger King cup. So
I wasn't totally wrong.
Oddly specific, yes. My normal order is a Whopper Junior meal, no tomatoes, no onions, no cheese.
No cheese?
No cheese. Large onion rings and a large Coke.
Large onion rings. They do have good onion rings at Burger King.
Which I hate onions. I hate onions. But I love Burger King's onion rings because they're basically Funyuns.
Fair enough. I'm coming around on onions. They're hit and miss, but onion rings, delicious.
Yeah,
I actually don't order
Wendy's.
I don't order at Burger King because the Burger Kings around here just aren't open half the time. Like you try to pull up and they're like, something's broken, go away. I'm like, how are you? Are they still in business? So
that happens around me with Jack in the Box, especially being in former Uber driver. Like Jack in the Box was the 24-hour beacon of hope you had when you were dying, whatever. And I would pull up, and it was like between the hours of 3 and 4 in the morning, like right after our drunk rush finally finishes. And you're like, okay, I just need something to like in my system so I can get home, or something. If you're going home, you'd pull up to Burger King and they go, we can't accept cards for an hour because we're doing, we're settling our batch, or whatever the fucking terminology they used used to make me so mad, because it's like, cool, so I guess I'll just go home and have the 4 Lucky Charms marshmallows that are left in the bag and some water.
Sniff the dust.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. So if I could pick any fast food, it's going to be Wendy's. I'm going to try to guess my order.
I had Wendy's for breakfast this morning. If you've not had Wendy's breakfast, get yourself a sausage, egg, and Swiss croissant sandwich. It is, I'm telling you, if literally somebody at 5 p.m. on a Sunday was like, look, you could record this podcast, or I have a hot, fresh sausage, egg, and Swiss croissant sandwich from Wendy's, I would be like, sorry, boys, RV3, you got to fill in for me this week, bud. I'm going to go eat the sandwich right now. Luckily, they don't serve it past 11, so that'll never happen. But what would your order be?
Current menu.
I don't know what the fuck that means. Wendy's changes their menu more than Apple's changes the iTunes user agreement.
Yeah, they have at least usually 2 specialty sandwiches, burgers.
Is that a hint?
Yes.
Oh my god. Pretzel bun for sure.
You know it.
I have to tell you a story about an episode of this show we watched last night. That's going to be my story time for this week. Okay. I'm going to say pretzel bacon cheeseburger.
Nailed it. The pub bacon cheeseburger.
The pretzel pub, like Reggie Bush. I don't really know. Wendy's really only has fries. Like, unless you get chili, but I don't think you would get chili over fries.
Not a chili guy.
And like a cherry vanilla Coke.
He's talking to my wife. That's exactly it. It's a pretzel pub bacon cheeseburger, fries, and a cherry vanilla Coke.
I've literally never spoken to your wife, and she will vouch for me on that.
That's wild.
I have this. I first of all, fair play. I think you may have mentioned it in a past. Like, if you could go to any fast food, what would it be?
Yeah.
And I think your order may have been mentioned, but even still, to pull that wildly from my ass right now is impressive.
I have a story about that. So they bring that sandwich back in like cycles, right?
Right. That's the make.
And when me and my wife first got together, we're doing great here. Went to a Wendy's with
Ainsley, right?
my old buddy Jake, who actually introduced me to disc golf. But we went in there just baked, just gonzo, and ordered that sandwich, sat down, ate it all, decided I wanted another one. And like, I'm on Pluto at this point, and walk up back to the cashier station, and order it, and the lady behind the counter just looks at me, and like I just stared at her for a moment, and I was like, "Did I not say that out loud?" So I ordered it again, and she's like, "Can you spell that for me?" And I was like, at this point, like I'm waiting for like Ashton Kutcher to jump out from behind the counter and be like, "You're getting punked." Like,
no, it just
fucking...
also work at Wendy's.
I was like the most socially awkward I have ever been in my life, because I'm like, I just give me my sandwich, lady. And she was fucking with me so hard. Like I turned around and Jake and my wife were just cracking up watching me just fumble trying to get this damn sandwich. But
we've all been there.
Have we?
So
have we all been here?
I've been there. I've been highest, dude.
I've never been fucked with like that. Like,
I don't want to tell too many of my stories because it usually involves me operating a motor vehicle and I shouldn't be. So, but it's usually the person is like, "Do you want sauce?" And I'm like, "It's a lovely day. I'd very much like to consume the food you're holding in that bag. Please hand it to me.
Please, sir, can I have some more?"
Yeah. And then that's me. God, dude. So you literally heard me even just from random memory pull an order out of my ass that you get.
Yes.
I love to watch TV shows because I'm really good at like 5 minutes in telling you how the whole episode's gonna go.
Yep, like I'm right there with you.
I am so good at that shit, and I don't know where it came from. Like, it's just the way my brain works. Like, we used to watch the Orville. Jillian and I watched the whole series of the Orville, and I would tell her, "Oh, it's wonderful. It's a genuine surprise." Like, I was like, "Oh, this will be like whatever Star Trek spoof with Seth MacFarlane," but it is surprisingly well written. And I know that sounds shitty, and I'm not trying to be shitty, but it's such a beautiful homage to Star Trek. And they really tackle some very difficult subject matter. And they do it in a way that's like, I think, very graceful, for lack of a better way of putting it, is they really make it like something that's,
yeah,
this is something I really should have an opinion on, and it's never really confronted me head on before. And they bring it about in such a way that it really opens your eyes to what it could be. But anyway, so we're watching this show, The Rookie, with Nathan Fillion, where he's an older guy that starts to be a cop. And we're watching this episode, and they're like, the one before it ended on a cliffhanger of like, there's a dirty cop. And so in between episodes, while it was like loading up the next one and going through the intro or whatever, I looked at Jillian and I was like, "Can I guess who the dirty cop is?" She goes, "Do you want me to tell you if you're right?" I said, "Yeah, absolutely, I do." She's like, "Okay." I'm like, "It's this guy." And she's like, "Yep." And I was like, "Cool." She goes, "How do you think this episode's going to go?" And I was like, "Well, so-and-so is probably going to get captured in some capacity, and then he's going to stage like this miracle breakout like he always does. And I think he's going to end up shooting the dirty cop in the process. So it's all beautifully tied bow at the end."
Wrapped up.
And she was just like, "Oh, okay." And I swear to fucking God, he was like with a bag over his head, and he's running through this thing, and he happens to see a guy with a gun, and he jumps him, and then he shoots him. Oh, dude. I was like, this is unbelievable. This is literally verbatim what I just told you. And she's like, "You've never seen this show?" I was like, "Never seen it. I've seen so much TV in my life."
Yeah. And like,
I know exactly how it's going to go.
Yeah. And there's so many tropes, and like, it's hard to avoid them at a certain point. Like, especially this far into like, how much media has been made, and like tropes are there for a reason. So you can usually deduce, like, I give my wife shit because she reads these book talk books. I'm always like, why do you read them? Because they always end the same way. Like, there's only ever happy endings, and yeah, I assume for a lot of people it's comfort, but I can't, like, if someone would have told me like Friday that AB was going to win Florida State's, right, for 100%, Texas State's. Yeah, he's got a. I saw a Florida man patch on somebody's bag today, and it stuck with me. If someone would have told me that on Friday, and like for 100% certain, like AB was going to win Texas State's today, I would have been like, well, there goes all the fun, you know. So I can't.
I know
it's
a German
weird
disc
going.
golfer who would agree with you.
I mean, it's fine going back and watching that stuff, knowing who's going to win, but like with live disc golf becoming such a cornerstone, like in the sport right now,
right?
The live aspect and the suspense on who's going to win has become such. There's no spoilers in live sports. You got to either be watching or take the responsibility yourself to stay off. So if someone were to be like, I have a crystal ball, AB wins Texas State's this year, why would you watch that? There's a lot of TV shows, there's a lot of books, there's a lot of movies like that out right now where it's like they follow such a cliche trope that you're like, well, of course this is what's going to happen,
Right.
And some people find comfort in it. That's why I haven't really watched any new movies lately. The only thing I'm looking forward to watching is The Three Body Problem on Netflix.
I saw an ad for that. I've not really seen much about it. That ad was silent, like on Instagram while I was scrolling, and I saw it had the guy who plays Samuel Tarly, and forgive me, I can't think of his name right now, which is rare for me. Fuck. I think his name is John. Anyway, but it looked semi-interesting. He was like super advanced VR helmet. He's like, I could feel it.
Television psychic. I love it.
You always notice those 40 seconds after. I do. John Bradley, I was right. See?
Oh, nice.
I knew a little bit.
Yeah, I'm stoked to watch it. I think we might watch it tonight, that or we'll be playing Fortnite again, because if we end up having to move into my mother-in-law's house, there will be no freedom. So a few more minutes to this.
Yeah.
Did you watch any live disc golf this weekend?
I am not currently subscribed to the network.
I'm telling Papa.
I mean, tell Papa, maybe he'll give me a code so I can keep up and make this podcast worth it. What I was saying was, yeah, with my 2 car repairs and everything, it's been a little just dicey money-wise. So
No, definitely
we'll see if rent happens this month. Yeah, it's that close.
If you need to, you can move into my mother-in-law's house too. So
I heard she likes white boys, so maybe I'll be there.
Anyways, what I was just talking about
sponsors
and stuff. There was a Lone Star ad over this weekend that they weren't selling anything. It was just a thank you to the Ranger team. It was like, thanks for being a positive shining light in the sport. Thanks for growing the sport in high fives and knucks and slapping each other's asses and stuff like that. Thanks for being on the Ranger team. And then there was a QR code at the bottom of the screen, which I thought was quite strange.
What did you follow the QR code?
I assume it's just an application to be part of the Ranger team. Like that, or
it didn't say anything else. It just was a barcode.
It was a QR code on an ad that said, thanks for being on the Ranger team. And I thought it was a little strange given how the whole thing
was directly influencing advertising as a podcast.
It's possible. If you're at Lone Star Disc and listening to this, tune out, please. This podcast ain't big enough for the 7,000 of us. And
thanks,
dog.
Ranger team. No, not a dog.
Not a dog. That's right. He's gone now. Took him out back. But I thought it was a little strange given with the Josh Hofstra situation and that whole thing with the Ranger team and the dog and all that they would just, it's Texas State's sponsored or presented by Lone Star Discs, whatever. Like, I get that they're going to have a lot of advertising, and they put their best foot forward on lead card on Friday, which was Nico and Carter Aarons, which is like, neither of them
also
Nico held his shit together for the round though. So
man, 18 holes, a new record. Right? I will say I was very excited to see Leah Sinigini, pretty sure I pronounced that right, the
TSI
on the FPO feature card. She's a wonderful human being, also on Team OTB.
Yes.
And
she's also on Lone Star, right?
Yeah, right.
Yeah, she's got the Tour Series Dillo, I thought.
Yes. Sorry. Yeah, she's got the big red Lone Star van. I don't even know what I'm thinking about. Yes. One of my favorite people on the face of the planet, and I was very excited to see her on feature card. She was very excited to be on it. So
yeah.
Kudos to you, Leah. Love you to death.
She seems like a really kind and great person, you know. Everybody on the FPO side, spare, you know, a couple obvious ones, seem like just genuine pleasures to be around.
They are a fun bunch. There are a couple hyper competitive people, and I understand that because I'm very hyper competitive.
You could be hyper competitive and also kind, though.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. I wouldn't say I've run into anybody mean. Also, real quick, shout out to Anakin Sten for taking down FBO Texas States. She is one of the nicest people as well. I got to film her, and she was composure is the perfect word. It doesn't matter. Good shot, bad shot, whatever. She's just like, and I envy her so much.
Yeah.
And that's not a disc golf pun. That's just a genuine statement.
Yeah. I mean, to have Kristen in round 2 barreling down on you, shooting the course record, and like coming for first place, getting on lead card third day to try to fend her off and successfully doing so. And gracefully at that, like it didn't seem like there was too many nerves. It didn't seem like she killed it out there. It was incredible. So big shout out to Annika and I don't know, get good, Kristen. Anakin?
Get good, Kristen. It's Anakin Sten is how it's pronounced.
Skywalker, got it.
But I'm an Anakin Stan. So
yeah, no, for real.
She's
jokes
great.
Aside, amazing performance.
Yes, kudos to her.
To
first Norwegian player to ever win an Elite Series. So
really,
yeah,
hell yeah. Well,
she's doing great
even
things.
Better there. Shout out to AB after yesterday. I think everybody knew he was going to win. What an incredible round! 16 down, 11:06 rated.
11:06, yeah, God,
insane. Well, I just sent the link to our guest for today. It is Charles Rafe of Minnesota, I believe, or Michigan. He runs the Third Coast Championships and the Catapula Open. The Gabagool. I cook it a spaghetti.
Oh, God.
It's one of my favorite memes.
Because Shane Gillis says you can be racist toward Italians doesn't mean you can be racist toward Italians.
I'm respecting their culture by saying it right.
Oh, man.
No, I like Italians, just not French people. RV3, cut that.
We are offended.
Oui. I've been doing some contract work for him. He's got a huge giveaway today. If you're watching this about 28 minutes and 21 seconds in.
I heard about this huge giveaway, and I'm very excited.
Bunch of discs. I'm going to rig it to win it. And then me and Spicy are going to split the profits.
Why? You already have everything in that care package. You better fucking send that to me. If we're going to talk about wrestling, you need to know who R.N. Anderson is. Do you know who R.N. Anderson is?
Nope.
Double A?
Like the battery?
No, like Arn Anderson. Or is he? Yeah, A doubles Austin Aries. Arn Anderson was double A. You got the double A spine buster. It's his signature move.
Hell yeah, brother.
Definitely didn't work on it. First of all, fuck off. Hulk Hogan is a piece of shit. Arn Anderson is a workhorse icon. I may or may not
shit about WWE, man.
To work on his credit card with his assistant one day at my previous job.
Do you have the number by chance? I could use it.
No. Nope.
While we wait for him to get in here, and then you two can go crazy on wrestling. I posed a question that didn't get a ton of love on Twitter. posed a tweet saying something about like star power. If we'll ever see something like that again, like we saw Macbeth, like in the 2016 to 2020 era, he was hot shit. Still is. He's still got the star power, but he doesn't have the performance to back it up currently. And I'm wondering in the post Macbeth era if we will see someone do that again, or if that's kind of gone again due to the depth of the field now.
And my answer as to why that's not a thing of the past, it's just we're waiting on the next one. My answer would be Shohei Ohtani. Nobody in baseball ever thought that we would have another two-way player. That's like Babe Ruth was pitching, 40 games a season and hitting 60 home runs. Like, that's unheard of. No pitchers can hit. No,
Yeah.
And then you have this guy show up who's just absolutely astoundingly better in every way. And it's not a dismerit to Paul at all, but like we're seeing videos of kids who are 6 years old who are throwing 150 feet further than me. And that's more to say I have a bitch arm than, or I shouldn't say bitch arm, but you know what I mean? I have a noodle arm. I can't throw very far.
Yeah.
Don't mean to offend anybody. I'm just speaking freely. I think
the
chances are high. The chances are high that it happens again.
Yeah. See, I think there's people in the sport right now that have that, right? Like Ricky has two or three world championships? Two world championships. And he's good in front of the camera, but he's not great. I don't think Ricky, even if he won two more world championships, could ever be on the level that Paul was, because Paul had that like baller attitude. I don't think, Gannon is revving up to be an amazing player, probably one of the best, but doesn't have the star power, I don't think, that Paul Macbeth did. Like that,
no, and it's not like you said, like Macbeth is a very muted. Hey Charles.
Oh dude. Oh, he's here.
Yeah, get him in. Let's include him on this conversation. He's a very muted personality, but
what up, dude?
What's up, guys?
It's a very identifiable one as well. Hey, Charles, how are you, bud?
I'm doing well. Audio good and everything?
Yeah, you look great. Sound great.
Excellent.
How much of this conversation have you heard?
About the last 10 seconds.
Okay. So we're talking about if, say Gannon wins 3 world championships.
Okay.
Do you think he would have the same, baller status like Paul Macbeth had?
In 2024, I don't think he will. Okay. There's a lot of history there with Paul, a lot of building with the sport, and a lot of people that only know Paul from winning for the past few years.
Right.
So he's kind of got, for the lack of an overused term, GOAT status right now.
Yeah,
and
for sure.
It would take somebody to win a whole bunch really quick to kind of knock him off that peg, I think.
Fair play. Yeah, because we got the likes of AB's ramping up to have a great run, Gannon's ramping up to have a great run, Ricky could even have another great run and win a bunch of majors, win a couple world championships. But I just don't think there's someone with the poise and the skill like Macbeth had, in his prime. The last couple of years have been off, but he's injury and kid and all that stuff. But in his prime, 2019, 2018, he was balling out, driving around the McLaren, getting that huge deal with this craft. I don't think we'll see that again for a while.
I believe you're right. Social media is going to play a lot into it. Whoever the next Paul is going to be is going to have to really hammer in on the social stuff. And some of these guys, as great as players as they are, I don't see them on that social side that Paul had. And that's a big component of it nowadays.
Absolutely.
When AB does post, I really enjoy his socials because they're pretty mellow. They're not quite as in your face. And I just in knowing, seeing AB around town pretty frequently, if that kid got handed a $10 million contract, you bet your ass he would have a nice ass Porsche or something to that effect, because he's already like a fraternity boy at ASU. Like, you know, he's already living that kind of lifestyle. So if you threw $10 million at him, I think AB would be that kid 100%.
That's what I was mentioning in my tweet, is like, I think AB has the best chance at becoming the next like baller status like Macbeth had, because he's just got that, like, he's reserved, but he's a killer. Like he's and if you throw some money behind him and some sponsorships and throw his face all over the sport, I mean, I think he could definitely fill that role, but he needs, you know, he's got 2 wins this season. I think if he continues this streak, if he has a dominant season this year, or has, you know, a couple good seasons in a row, he could definitely replace that. It's going to take, you know, Macbeth is weird because he's got the 6 world championships or whatever, which is, I mean, that's going to be hard to do going forward.
Correct. It's going to take somebody really special to hit 6. To hit couple 3, you're going to be okay, but to hit 6 is going to be real tough.
Charles, why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself? I know me and you go back and forth a little bit, but for the people.
For the people. Luckily, the past couple of years, I've been highly involved with disc golf through the Sandridge Disc Golf Club. We're based out of Bridgman, Michigan, and our former leadership has stepped away to work with the Notre Dame Rocket team. He's a big Rocket guy. So I kind of stepped up to help fill that void, as well as a few other key people. We kind of did the whole committee thing. So luckily, I'm president by title only. We all work together there. Over the past few years, I've stepped in to help run. Say that again?
Dang communists.
Sure. Stepped in to help run Catalpa Open, which is a big B tier that we've had in the area for, I think this will be the 7th year of it. 2 years ago, started the Third Coast Championship, which the goal for that is to be a big event in the Southern Michigan area going forward. Hopefully A tier coming up here real soon. And I've been playing disc golf for roughly 7 years now. And I hold my own in the MA3 830 rated players, but on the TD side, I'd like to think I'm pretty good at it.
Yeah, no, I love the look of the Third Coast, and your guys' website is awesome.
Thank you very much.
Like all the pictures you guys take, and like definitely has the all the makings of a touchstone tournament in Michigan.
That's what we're going for.
And the courses look amazing.
Yes, especially Lake Arvesta, which is a big private course that's been built in the area over the past few years. They got 3 layouts all on that property, as well as, let's think, they got a big giant mini golf course, like ball golf course now. Okay. They've got water where you can go skiing, and got the little track above your head where you can hold onto the wire and go skiing and jump off ramps and stuff. Tons of pickleball and old folks activities like that.
Just old folks, just they're milling about.
Yeah, I mean, I hear pickleball these days, and I think like, 50-year-olds playing or whatnot.
Yeah.
How do I send an attachment?
There's lots of those around. Absolutely.
Yeah. I just wanted to take a quick minute to commend your professionalism and having a slideshow of all your stuff behind you.
Yeah, I'm prepared.
I'm literally looking at this going, this guy built a fire.
Yeah.
And threw together a PowerPoint. He's a man of the people.
I gotta push my events somehow. They're over here. My camera's flipped, so I'm all confused.
So we were confused with you, but I understand what's happening.
No, I appreciate it. Your backdrop looks amazing, and I've got a trash can or trash bag like right there.
Yep.
So.
I mean, you can't see it, but on either side of the screen right here, there's a bunch of TD stuff. Just random discs laying around, giveaways for later.
Scorecards.
Disc golf bags, definitely a bucket of scorecards around the steps. Yeah.
And as my title says, I am a lighting fixture aficionado.
Oh, that's right.
And this was the first live flame, I believe, we've ever had on the show. So compliments to you.
Well, thank you very much.
We got you top of the list now for best lighting fixture. Sorry. Oh, damn. The name escapes me at the moment, but you know who you are.
His name is Papa Wolf. And And the goal is to have better ambiance than Papa Wolf.
I go.
Well, the first episode was him eating pretzel bites, so you're doing great.
What episode are we on now? Like 21 or something like that?
16.
16.
Officially, this is season 3, episode 3.
Well, I don't have pretzel bites, but I do have Dr. Pepper. So
Pepper.
We love DP in this house.
Hell yeah, boys.
I'm not going to comment on that.
If you put a beanie on, you would look like Papa Wolf.
Yeah. I mean, well, we're all Michigan guys. We've all got our graying beards. We've all got short hair. It's that time of year. We're coming out of hibernation. So we all kind of look alike
the
right
same.
now.
This
That's
could
awesome.
be me shaving for not shaving for the entirety of the winter.
Oh,
It
no.
counts. Grow what you got to
Yeah.
grow.
Well, things I grow are illegal.
Uh-oh.
I mean, not in Michigan, they're not.
Well, they're not in Arizona either. I'm just being an asshole.
Technically,
Shout
I
out
live-
to
Iowa.
Sunshine.
technically I
not an
live in
illegal state.
Indiana, so everything's illegal here. But
Ah,
if you go about a quarter mile outside that window, we're into Michigan. So
And you're free.
my-
yes.
talk about edging.
Jesus Christ.
I'm on one. It's low energy, but the jokes are going to hit hard.
Oh, man.
So as far as being a TD, and we've had a couple TDs on the show before,
Mhm.
but I'm always curious to hear what your personal pros and cons of doing that are. Because, like you said, you're 1,000 rated TD, even if you're only an 830 rated golf,
Well,
and we're only worried about your golfing abilities.
well, those who can't golf, TD. So
I
that's
love
how
that.
we
Maybe I should get into it.
Oh, no. Yeah, that's last.
listen, don't get into it if you're not ready to lose some money on the deal. That's
Ooh.
What money?
Yep, TDs, we don't make any money. We give away multiple weekends that we could be out earning tour points towards Worlds to run in an event. I mean, last year I ran 4 events and I participated in a few, but only ended up with like 200 tour points by the end because most of my time was wrapped up in running events. So
Gotcha.
that's one thing. TDs, they dump a ton of time,
Mm-hmm.
dump a lot of thought into their events. At least good TDs do. And a lot of players don't see that. So anybody who's listening to this, thank your TDs.
Oh, absolutely. This actually goes into a idea, not really an idea, a thought that I've had for a while. And like, I'm all for the volunteer aspect of the sport, the very, very community aspect of the sport, you know? And but I do think there was a post on Twitter going around for a minute that was saying something like thought it was weird that the TD was asking for tips on the disc golf scene sign up page. And I didn't think it was that weird because I've looked into TDing. It looks like a lot of work. Like where I am currently, I cannot do it.
Mhm.
I do think TDs should make money, and there's some people out there that think that they shouldn't. And I think that's very weird. If we paid TDs to do what they do, we would have more and better tournaments available for players. That's my opinion, at least.
I understand. I'm not necessarily sure if financial compensation is the right move. I'm not opposed to that. And we'll talk about the fine points here in a second. For like C tiers, there is a little carve out there. B tiers and above, you're not going to make a ton of money unless you get a big corporate interest involved.
Yeah.
TDs should be compensated somehow, financially, or for me, give me some tour points. You know, everybody else is getting tour points off of my events as the TD, since I'm giving away the weekends.
Yeah.
And at a B tier and above, I'm not allowed to compete at my own event anymore.
Yeah.
So, okay, give me, let's call it 100 points or something like that. Just something to help recoup some of those expenses.
Yeah. Can you spend? So that's not something I've heard before. Can you spend tour points?
You don't, no. But you spend them in the way of you accumulate enough to be able to go to world championships.
Oh, I see
So,
what you're saying. Okay.
For AM Worlds, I need 2,000 points. For Masters Worlds, I need 1,000 at my current level.
Gotcha.
So, but I'm giving away weekends where I can't go out and earn those because that's my goal. Like this year, I'm trying to get enough points so I can go to Minneapolis next year for Masters Worlds. but I'm giving away multiple weekends for running events that I cannot go out and earn points for that.
Gotcha. So do they currently hand out tour points to TDs, or is that just something you would like to see?
No, it's something I would like to see very much.
I think that's fair. I mean, you kind of run away from the you might run into a thing where you've got like a career TD and they run enough events that they could go to, Masters Worlds, for instance, but they're not qualified to play there. But I guess if they run enough events, they're such a cornerstone in whatever community that they're in, that they're running those events, that I feel like it's earned either way, even if you are, 820 rated going to Worlds.
Right. And I'm not sure if like the 100 points is the right amount.
Right. I get where you're coming from, though.
Something to help a TD. Now, like I said, with a C tier, if I'm running just a neighborhood C tier, PDGA says basically 15% of registration costs I can allocate towards tournament expenses.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. B tiers and above, we don't have that carve out. Now, really. Now, A tiers, because it's a little bit more of a prestigious event,
mm-hmm.
you get more players at a higher price, right? So you can recoup some expenses for the tournament that way. At a B tier level, you're going to lose money or break even if you're lucky.
Yeah. That's fair. I do think, I mean, TDs absolutely need to be compensated for their time one way or another. I think it's a over or undervalued and underappreciated position in this sport, at least for a lot of AMs,
I agree.
Because if you didn't have these TDs that sacrifice their time and money, you wouldn't have tournaments to go and shoot dead ass last in MA2. So.
Yeah. I mean, I've been there many times. I love it. I'm the kind of player, I will go travel around to events. I've been out to Iowa, I've been to Kansas, I've been to Michigan, some, down in Tennessee for an event. I know that I'm not going to win the event, and I'm not there to win the event. I'm there to have fun. I'm there to see new things from a tournament director standpoint that other TDs do that I really like. I'm there to see things that don't run very well, so I know not to make that mistake myself.
Okay.
But I'm perfectly fine coming in dead last, like I almost did at Masters last year, 2023. I got to go spend 2 weeks out in Flagstaff and have a blast and come in almost dead last. But I wouldn't trade that for anything because I got to learn a bunch of stuff. I got to learn that discs really don't fly well when you're up in the elevated mountains.
Oh, man.
No, they don't.
Nope.
I've never had a chance, but I can only imagine.
The higher up you go, the more overstable they're going to fly.
Yeah, I mean, because your disc is essentially flying slower because there's less air.
Yeah.
So, which is wild, but
it'd be like that.
Would that make a Rolo like as overstable as a tilt in space?
I don't think it's that extreme, but
if you were like on the moon and you threw a Rolo, I bet it would act like a tilt.
Let me ask Neil deGrasse Tyson. He's on my phone. Let me. Not a clue, honestly. When it comes to
guest for today,
when it comes to moon gravity, that one's beyond my technical knowledge.
Well, when we get him on the show, I'll make sure to ask.
Excellent.
Let's Since Bill Nye keeps curving us,
local moon guy.
What'd you have for dinner?
I went over to my folks' house and we had some pork roast and a very nice Easter dinner with some asparagus and some cake afterwards. And so I got a nice full belly. I'm happy.
I'm jealous.
You should be.
Burger King. The Easter delicacy.
We got a disc draft we should do here shortly. But
oh shit, I gotta pull up MVP disc. Thank you.
Cheater, a pumpkin eater.
Yeah,
I mean, I have to remember I don't throw a lot of them, so I couldn't name.
I'm
more than 5.
I'm in the same boat. I throw a couple MVP family discs, and hopefully your disc draft is the entire MVP family.
Yes,
because if we're limited strictly to MVP, I'm at a loss.
I would say MVP and Axiom.
Throw one Streamline in there, and I'll be happy.
Streamline, yeah.
Okay, I can. We can go Streamline too. I just don't. I don't know many of them. So I was trying to get an edge. who's
Who
the
would you
cheater
say
now.
won last week's?
It was a
pretty
toss
even
up between
votes.
me and you. I'd have to go.
I want to talk about this, by the way. Hello, everyone.
Oh God, just
Producer
insert
here,
yourself.
S3E3.
God.
Yeah.
So listen, I understand I went very sentimental and close to me, but I felt very attacked on social media this week for my picks.
Oh no.
I saw that.
Get him.
No Firebird?
Yeah, no, why?
God.
You don't need
Yeah,
it.
dude. The
if you
Firebird
can-
and Destroyer people.
Yeah, I didn't understand it because you don't have to be Anthony Barella to throw these discs that, like, you could hit every shot shape with those 5 discs, and everybody was like, there was too much hate. Too much hate. Come on.
To be fair, I think it was my fault because in the episode I prefaced it with the best bags for us, like personally, and not generally. So like when I said, I prefer the Fireball over the Firebird. So, and also
You're
when I'm
not
building a 5-bag disc, I don't
5-disc
need.
bag.
Are
It
we
was
through
nuts.
kick him?
Anyway, let's just keep in mind we're the people throwing the discs. We're not
Yes.
throwing your bag. We're throwing our bags.
Also,
this is
just
the bag I'm taking. So
just keep
get
getting
your own
angry
bag
and
and kiss
commenting.
my ass is basically what I'm saying.
That tweet reached 16,000 people. So
Wow.
they can get
You can all go to
as
hell
mad
for
as
it
they
too. How
want.
about that? Fall in a hole.
Get out
All
of here.
you.
All right. How are we doing this?
All right. We should do snake draft this week to keep Spicy Boy from getting an edge. You guys know what a snake draft is?
Not a clue in the world.
Kyle? All right. So snake draft would be like
Usually when snakes and edges are involved, it has nothing to do with disc golf for me.
So basically, if we were to go like we did last time, start with Kyle, go clockwise. It would go Kyle, me, Charles, and then Charles, me, Kyle, Kyle, me, Charles. So it would be instead of going in a circle, you go to the end of the loop and then go back and then back and forth. So
that seems like the same 2 people are going to get 2 choices in a row every single time.
Yes,
Yeah,
I
as long
imagine
as Shank is in the middle, he's going to get screwed over every time. So it's
That's
his
what I'm
idea.
saying.
We put him in the middle.
All right, I'll be a victim of my own actions.
You know what you should do? Just put a randomizer with our 3 names and click it each time, and we'll go in whatever order the randomizer says.
All right, I like that. RB3, can you do that and throw picks in the chat, and we'll vamp for a minute.
Yeah.
Blah blah blah.
Blah blah blah. Let's see. I've got some notes.
Hey, by the way, Spicy, I love the shirt.
Yes, sir.
So for
Oh,
those,
yeah, if you guys wanted
Caleb,
to,
you don't have any disc picks this week?
I do. I'll be right back.
you got a
You
giveaway
son of a
this week too, like from last week. Don't
Bye
you?
bye.
Yeah, we have to pick from last week, but he got a very special gift from me and Justin at Afterlife Dies today, and he didn't
Man.
bring it with him to record.
Justin's doing some work for me too. He does some beautiful, beautiful work.
He's a good dude. Glad we put him on the spot to be our official die partner.
Well,
Yes!
it's working out.
Show it to me.
All right. Our boy Jamie, Afterlife Dies, and Spicy Boy collaborated to send me the sickest disc of all time.
That's
Yeah.
beautiful.
You
The
love to
wave
see
is
it.
so good too. The wave is such a good disc.
Yeah, and I think it's in a more base plastic. Excuse me, I've harped like a motherfucker.
It's fission.
Fission. So I'm hoping
Fission.
it could potentially replace my Hades. So we'll see. I have to take it out to a field and see if it's flippy.
So do you know the science behind the fission? The fission has air bubbles in it, so the center of the disc is actually lighter than the regular flight plate.
Oh, so they're
So
going
it's like-
for like true.
It's like a
gyro.
blizzard plastic like flight plate, basically, where it's got all the air bubbles in it.
Yeah, and then all the
call
weight.
it fission plastic. I thought that was pretty
All right.
smart.
That's sick.
Well, I'm glad you got it.
Yeah, and it's 171 grams, so not quite max weight. I'm hoping it will be a bomber.
It's going to be straight to slightly understable. You'll love it. My Fission Wave is great. Okay,
Ooh,
spin
here
it
we
up.
go. All right.
Man,
Looks
y'all
like it just
getting
says
high
stack.
tech.
Oh yeah.
Come on, Charles, keep going.
Oh, it's rigged. I love this. Oh yes.
I was
All right.
literally thinking K for Kyle, and I was so excited. And S for Shanked.
Yeah, that's what it was. So,
Oh, is it?
So, yeah,
Oh.
Spicy goes first because he's Kyle.
I literally could have gone either way.
So you go first, and now we'll see
Okay.
who goes second. So,
I'm taking the wave.
You're taking the wave? Oh, you bastard.
Wave is my first draft. That's
a good
my
pick.
absolute favorite MVP disc.
I think
That's
it's
a good
stuck.
pick.
Oh, I was clicking the wrong screen there. All right, so now we're gonna spin again to see who goes second.
Ooh, come on.
God, that was
Big money, big money, big
so
money.
So funny.
Ah, it's gonna be Charles.
All right, I'm gonna get very specific with you.
Ooh.
I'm erect. I mean, interesting.
Woo! I'm gonna go with a neutron fireball. However,
Dang.
at a 155 weight.
Okay.
And
It's good.
For me,
throw that.
personally, I bagged 3 of them about that weight, give or take a little bit.
Okay.
Neutron on a 90-degree day is the absolute best plastic out there. And this is coming
Nice.
from a trilogy guy, but that is the best thumber disc on the market.
I agree. Fireballs are incredible for thumbers.
And a lot of people need to get some love for some Fireball, and there's not enough people out there that really understand it. So if you grab a Fireball and it's way too overstable for you, find a 155 Fireball and you will fall in love.
I'll have to find one. That sounds amazing. Great pick, by the way. So we got the
And if
wave
anybody
and the Fireball.
ever finds a white plate, white rim 155 Fireball in Neutron, let me know. I will empty my wallet for it instantly. I have found one, and a day after I got it, it ended up in some invisible water in St. Louis,
Invisible
Missouri.
water.
Yeah, it was like water up on top of a hill that you couldn't see from the
Oh,
T-pad.
I see.
And
Oh, it was
I
like
didn't know the
poke or
water was
something.
there, and I wouldn't have thrown a thumber up there had I known there was water. But that's on me. So if you ever find another one, let me know right away.
All right, great pick from Charles. My turn, I suppose. I gotta go Crave. It's my favorite disc of all time.
Okay.
It's a good one.
Not specific, any Crave. They're really good. It's
What nuanced and thorough explanations you give.
Yeah, it's a fairway that flies like a mid. I mean, you can't ask for much more. It's so straight.
So Shank, do you go? We're doing Shank snake draft. So you
Are
go
we doing?
again.
Oh, okay, we are doing that.
Oh wait, so I'm in the middle now? No.
Yeah, that's how this. That's how it's spun
okay.
out.
All right. I feel like I need to get a putter. We're gonna go with the Pixel.
Okay.
I'm gonna pick a Pixel. I think that'll get me some brownie points with social media.
That's okay. Don't need social media being mad. And for that same reason, I'm going to go with the Envy.
Oh, great
Great pick.
pick.
Because if I don't pick it, I will have a lot of Michigan MVP players beating down that window right there, throwing them at me.
Throwing them in. Hey, free envies.
Valid point.
Green with Envy. It's the best. It's the best one ever made.
You playing peekaboo
Shout out
over there?
to- Shout out. To
Very underrated Jack Black film as well. For my putter, I'm gonna go kind of nostalgia, kind of function. It was one of the first putters I ever had and learned to putt with. And it was the first disc I was ever given by a pro. Shout out Graham Russell and Lake Havasu. I'm gonna go with Adam.
Ooh, that's a good one.
Adam, I putted
That's
with
what I
it for a
putt with
long
right
time.
now. It's great.
Yeah, and
Ooh.
can you not write?
Be glad that that's private.
I sure am. Sorry,
Oh,
God
no.
damn it, that's good. Yes,
Oh,
Adam.
oops.
Sorry, are we spinning again, or do I get to pick a second
Yep,
time?
it's you
Nope.
again.
It's you again.
Shit. Oh man.
Okay, make sure I have the extra eye.
Yes, please. I would probably go. Hex.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, I think Hex would be my go-to mid for sure. Just because I've seen. Thank you. I was a little nervous. My buddy JB throws a Hex, and that thing I don't throw them, but watching him throw them, I feel like I know them very well.
Yeah, they're incredible.
They're just, carve apart wood course mid range, and I think that would do me a lot of good.
All right, I think it's yep.
I guess I'm gonna have to go with the glitch.
The glitch. Ooh, that should get you some brownie points. That's a good one.
It is a good one. I tried one out in my bag for quite a while. It didn't end up in there permanently, but it is by far the best warm-up disc that 100%. I've ever had. For going out there and throwing with friends and back and forth before an event, glitch is where it's at.
Yep, I keep one in my car just in case. I did that yesterday. I keep one in my car just because we did a little Easter family thing and we were just tossing it around with the kids.
Yep,
it's a
great
lot
little
of fun
disc.
Great pick.
Sorry, my chair is all squeaky.
Same, right there with you. I got a dead guy chair. Got it off an estate sale.
That's okay. Those are the comfiest ones.
Yep. I think I gotta go Matrix. It's a nice, solid, stable mid-range. Not overstable, just real straight. Can put that one out to about a little over 300 usually. And that's me again. I think I'm gonna go Pyro. Get my 2 mid-ranges out of the way.
You stole my answer.
Ooh, love it.
I was going to pick the Pyro that was sitting in my back in case nobody grabbed it. Well, in that case, I'm probably going to have to go with the Detour. I've been throwing them a little bit. I borrowed one from a friend. Had some fun with it. Yeah. That's their new one that was in I think it was like the mystery box earlier this year.
Yeah. Is that one of James's tour series?
It could be. I have beef with James Conrad, so he may not know.
What?
He may not know I have beef with him, but I stay away from James and James-related items.
Oh no, we need to hear this.
Okay, this was GBO 20.
The hottest take I've ever heard in my life.
Listen, I'm sure he's a great dude, but he stiffed me for an autograph back in 2019 at GBO Block Party, and it gave me an excuse to be the one person on the planet with beef with James Conrad. So I stick with it.
That's awesome.
No,
I imagine when you say he stiffed you, you literally
I was literally there with my disc for him to sign.
You just palmed your face.
And he signed the very pretty girl next to me's disc. And then his buddy ran up to talk to him and he turned around and walked away. And I was stuck.
Oh no.
I was stuck disc and marker in hand. And I have a very beautiful disc with tons of pro signatures on it in one space where James Conrad was supposed to be, and he's not there. So,
oh man,
that's okay.
Oh yeah.
I mean, it might be a hot take. I've never met the guy personally. I was 2 feet away from him, but that's okay. It gives me an excuse to dislike one person on the planet. So we'll take it.
Yeah. Oof.
The very first time I ever met him, I was offered a homemade breakfast taco because he was eating one right in front of me while I was waiting to film. Would you like one? It's like me?
Well, like I said, bro. To everybody else, I'm sure he's a great person. To me, he's the one guy that turned around and walked away when I was there waiting for his autograph.
He's your Mr. Incredible to your buddy.
Sure, yeah. Yeah.
That's wild. We're gonna have to rectify this situation. Yes, sorry. I was blown away. Axiom Virus.
Ooh, that's a great
Forgot all
pick.
about the virus.
I have not. It is such a wonderful disc. Found one on the course. I think I've talked about it before on this show. It was a white flight plate with a red rim. Absolutely gorgeous. No name, no number. Posted about it in all the Facebook groups. Nobody ever claimed it. And I loved it so much that I went and bought a backup for when inevitably somebody's like, that's my disc. But it's
Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you.
No, what were you saying?
I was gonna say, is your next one your final pick?
Next one will be my final pick.
Ooh.
And I was probably gonna go with. I think I'm gonna take the Impulse.
Okay.
Impulse, very similar to the Virus in that it's got a pretty straight flight, and then right at the end it dives left pretty hard for me, which I like. One of my very first aces, I think it was my 5th, was a skip shot on an Impulse, and it's weird because it's a -3-1. I'm looking, but mine was premium plastic, so it didn't fly like that. It flew more overstable, and I love that thing. So I'll take 3 drivers. The Hex is a pretty damn good mid, and I can putt with an Atom.
Yeah, that's a great lineup. I think that's gonna be a tough one to beat, honestly.
Well, my MVP and Axiom knowledge is pretty much all spent, but I have been saving the Streamline Flare for my last pick.
Ooh, that's good.
And again, for me, it's all about thumbers. I'm a big thumber thrower and absolutely love that disc for getting up over big, giant, tall trees, or when you need to do something big and high. It's right.
That's what they call spicy.
I thoroughly enjoy it.
What'd you say?
Nothing. That's for the listeners. That's a great bag. You're a thumber guy. You have the Epic, right? You bag a couple Epics.
I do. Yes. It's not with me on every event, but on 50% of my events, I've got an Epic in there, and I make a point to throw it at least once.
Yeah, I've always wanted to throw one. Like
they're too expensive to lose, so there's a picture floating around of about 5 or 6 Epics in my garage, and that's my retirement plan.
Love it.
You sound like Terry Miller.
I think Terry Miller was probably the one who originally called it my retirement plan, but
well, see,
there we go.
Great minds.
So I've got a putter, 2 mid ranges, a crave. I need a driver. You know what? Fuck it. I'm not going to go driver.
Good one.
I'm going to go Volt.
Okay.
I'm going to take a Volt for my last pick. I was going to go Catalyst, but I've never thrown one, and I do throw the Volt, and it's an incredible overstable disc. You put on a little bit of flex, and you can really get it out there. So I think that makes my bag Pixel for putting and throwing, Matrix for straight mid-range, Pyro for overstable mid-range and approach, Crave for anything and everything, and Volt for overstable distance.
Sounds good.
Solid bags.
I like it.
Which was my nickname in high school.
Does that make 5 for all of us? I think that's it.
I believe so.
Nice.
Yep.
We got 1, 2. I only see 3. Never mind. I'm wrong. Ignore me.
We know.
Yeah.
We know.
Apologies.
Gosh, too many apples.
Yeah, we'll get this on a social media and see who won.
You know who's going to win? The winner of the giveaway. Charles.
Yeah.
Hit us with the giveaway.
Hit us with the giveaway.
Hit you with the giveaway? All right, man.
Dude, I'm so stoked.
So stoked about this. Hang on just a second. I gotta grab it.
No worries. This is I think the biggest giveaway on the show yet.
Yes.
Well,
absolutely.
we aim to please.
I would love it.
I aim for trees.
Well, I hit trees. I don't aim for them, but I'm really good at hitting them. All righty. So we're going to do a giveaway. I don't know how we're going to do it, but am I allowed to swear on here? I didn't ask. But
fuck absolutely. Yeah, brother.
All right. Well, here's the shit we're going to give away. All right?
What up, brother?
What's up? All right. First thing we're going to give away. Third Coast Championship stamped Chameleon Tursus. I'm not sure if you can see that with the reflection, but we got the light.
Chameleon plastic is so pretty.
It's so pretty.
It changes colors. It's beautiful.
Blue and purplish.
Yeah, this is blue and purple together with a purple stamp.
Blurple.
Get that up in there. You got a Great Lakes logo on there.
Yeah.
Some different colors.
Presenting
nice
sponsor.
Lighthouse.
Everything for Third Coast Championship is like Lighthouse related because all of our events take place on Lake Michigan coast.
Nice.
So everything here is that. And we'll talk about that here in a few. But so you get a Tersus, you get a revived West Side Giant from Third Coast last year with a really generic stamp on there. It actually says generic stamp.
I actually love that stamp. I was looking at it in the picture you sent me.
I love it too. There is a spelling error on there that we'll leave off, but that will include in there. Also, we're going to give away rare from one of my sponsors, Essential Discs, which I know you guys have heard of before, and gave away an Oxygen last week on there.
Mm-hmm.
So I do have a first run Oxygen here, which is their new fairway. 96-3-1, I believe, are the numbers on it.
Ooh.
And this is their quartz plastic. We'll talk about that here in just a second. And I'm also going to give away a first run Quartz Honey, which is their overstable kind of putter mid-range approach disc.
Ooh,
now,
nice.
They've been making the Honey for over a decade now, and they're based out of Michigan, if you're not aware of Essential. Small woman-owned company, growing. They released the Honey many years ago, and this year is the first year in their premium plastic.
Nice.
In the quartz. So the nice thing about this plastic, we run into it here in the winters. I know you probably run into it in Iowa winters there, Shank. Spicy, I don't think you worry about cracked discs during the wintertime. But the nice thing with these quartz plastic is if one ever breaks, it's got a 10-year warranty on it. You just get a hold of the company, let them know that, hey, I threw my disc into a tree and it broke, and they will replace it right away.
Love that.
So we got 4 discs there, that little mini stack. I'm also going to throw in dry sack. Not sure if you can see it, but we all need those.
Yep.
I've got a spare, brand new, never worn DD hat sitting here.
Yes,
and
sir.
We'll throw that in there too.
Is that black on black?
It is. Yeah, it's black on black with a black logo. Little
Love
gray backside of it. You can kind of see it there. Last year we had a bunch of these that also had the Third Coast logo on them too. But you're going to need something to put all that stuff in. And discs aren't good without a bag. So I'm going to throw in
a D bag?
West Side Discs refugee bag.
Yes. Dude, that is huge.
This is camouflage, kind of like the desert camo style. But
I can't see it.
Where'd it go?
It looks like John Cena. I get it. Can't see it anywhere. But however you guys decide, this is all going to be given away in one big package. We'll send it all in the same box to whoever wins it. And the rules of it are up to you guys, the hosts.
All right. Hell yeah.
Oh, man.
I think, wow. That's a tough one. I think.
God, listen to him stall. It's so cute.
Well, I blew his mind. It's going to take a minute for him to regain.
Look, we're like more bars and more places right now. Thank you, AT&T, for sponsoring this episode of this. No.
We'll be waiting for a check.
I don't know what we're doing for this giveaway. You usually come up with the rules. I'm just here for my abs.
Absolutely. And the side boob that we got earlier. Yes, sir. I think it'll be probably a social campaign. So
let's do something on Twitter, since Twitter is the one thing that brought us all here.
Yeah, so it'll be follow Hanging Loose.
You should only pick a winner after 200 listens.
Ooh. I like that.
Spread it, get the numbers up. Once we get to 200, we'll pick a winner.
Yeah. Once this episode hits 200 views, follow Hanging Loose, Charles, and Essential Discs. Look out for a post. I'll make a whole thing for it. But that's huge. That's huge, dude. Thank you.
That's a super generous giveaway, man. We really appreciate it. Well, that's even better than Papa Wolf on episode 1. You know, you're like the alternate universe Papa Wolf who has their shit together.
I'm like the bizarro Papa Wolf, right?
I love this. Great timing on the scroller.
I do. I missed the very start. Like, how long after the fact did it take you guys to put in the Great Lakes disc ad at the start of it? I know that's usually a thing where it's like, we forgot to do this.
Yeah.
Oh, I jumped on it pretty quick today.
Yeah, we've been getting pretty good at it. I'm not so good. Spicy's usually the one to
I just slip it in.
Yeah.
I got to be honest, man. I've worked with Great Lakes Disc for the past couple of years. I'm not a sponsored player by them or by any means. But they are one of the bigger shops in our region, and they've been great to work with. I know we all like to throw Papa a little bit of dirt here and there, but his business partner, Shay, is the one that I've worked with most of the time, and one of the nicest dudes that I've ever met. They contribute so much to the Michigan disc golf community and even some of the Northern Indiana disc golf community. So even if you're not a Michigan or Indiana guy, check them out, help them out. I know you guys got a code over there for them, but great company to work with. Highly recommend them.
Code CrunchyDG.
Yeah, just give him the $7 we have been making. Ass. No, we appreciate the kind words, Charles, because they do a lot for us, and we love them to death. And it's funny because I've never been to the shop, but I've met Brian, and he's a good guy and always puts his best foot forward. So I appreciate it, and I appreciate you giving them shouts out without even it's
they help support the Sand Ridge Disc Golf Club, which is a club I'm involved with. They help some of the locals around here. They're great guys to deal with.
Heck yeah,
for sure. All right, you gonna was it scream time?
Do you have any last plugs you want to hit us with?
Yeah, absolutely. I got 3 plugs I got to hit you with.
All right, hit us with it.
All right,
good, because I have 3 holes.
We're going to talk about these guys real quick. I know I mentioned them earlier. Essential Discs. Good family-owned business. Been making discs for over a decade in Michigan. Woman-owned company. Very, very supportive of junior events in the state. If you're not aware of them, check them out. Their website's great. Not only can you buy their molds like the Honey and the Oxygen and the upcoming Harmony coming up soon, but you can also buy MVP, and they sell a few other brands through their online store as well.
Yeah.
So use my code 100189. That's my PDGA number on Essential Discs. You get a 15% discount.
15.
15. Big. Yeah. Big. Second thing I want to shout out, the Catalpa Open, which is coming up June 22nd and June 23rd, Bridgman, Michigan, which is in the southwest corner of Michigan. This is basically 2 one-day B tiers back to back. So you can play. B tiers. Okay. Yep, you can play
2 rounds.
2 rounds each day. So on Saturday you can play in one division. Sunday is technically a completely different event. So you can play MA3 one day, play MA2 the next day, get double the points for the same weekend.
Nice.
So that's Sand Ridge's main event out of the year. It's a good Michigan park style course. So even if you don't have 350-foot drives, you don't need them.
Good deal.
So great events there.
Sign me up.
You sign up. Tacos are included by a nice company called Parmigiaco, and these are Parmesan crusted tacos.
Ooh.
And they are included with your entry fee, as well as so far in the players pack, you get a tournament stamped disc from Trash Panda.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Oh, wow.
Yep.
Wow. All right.
So I've got a box of about 100 Trash Pandas sitting there in my garage right now, ready for it.
Nice. So you get a full weekend of fun.
It is
free tacos.
Yep.
And a Trash Panda disc.
Correct.
Southwest Michigan. Correct.
If
you're in the area, you'd be a fool not to show up.
And my last pitch in September. This is my personal event. September 13th, 14th, and 15th, the Third Coast Championship.
Yes.
And this is hopefully our final year is a B tier. Fingers crossed that we get the upgrade next year. It is 3 courses in 3 different cities over 3 days. So you will play Lake Township Park in Bridgman, Michigan. You will play Lake Arvesta in South Haven, Michigan. And you will play Shore Acres Park in Saugatuck, Michigan. So, and depending on what division you are in, it depends on which course you play on each day. You will play 1 round at each course. It is a tea time event. We sponsored by Westside Discs and partnered with the Paul Macbeth Foundation this year.
Yes,
nice.
Sir.
And
how far are the cities apart?
20 to 30 minutes apart.
Oh, that ain't
That's
bad
not
at all.
too shabby.
Nope, it's not bad at
Especially
all.
if it's over 3 days.
Yes. So most everybody, we've got like a hotel block set up there in South Haven. If you come and stay in South Haven, plus they're all on the coast. There's plenty of mom and pop tourist shops up there. Great drinking, great food. Plenty to do. There's a jazz festival going on that weekend as well in South Haven. So after you're done with your round, you can go do that. You can go swimming either in the lake or at Lake Arvesta. And we also do a charity double Saturday night where we'll raise money for a local cause and
nice
and do that. So for when people are done with their rounds, they can always go do the doubles event too.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
Well, if anyone listening is anywhere near those two events, go check them out. It sounds like it's absolutely worth it.
Especially for Third Coast, I highly recommend. If you're within a couple of hours drive, it is worth coming to it.
Absolutely.
It's a good event, good solid courses, and a good mix of just Michigan disc golf.
And it's in September, so you have plenty of time to schedule it out. You said 13, 14, 15?
That is correct. It is the weekend after D-Glow. So for those people that may be going in to play Discraft Great Lakes Open, it's the following weekend. They stole our weekend of this year. Usually we're like the weekend of the 9th and 10th, and we had to bump out because D-Glow, but I can understand that.
Yeah, absolutely. Well,
all
there
right,
should be plenty of people in the area.
I got one more thing, completely not disc golf related.
Interesting.
Spicy, are you ready for WrestleMania?
I am so excited for WrestleMania, and I'm glad you finally said something about wrestling because we were talking about it before you got in here. Yes, I am actually house sitting for someone who lives in a much nicer abode than myself that weekend. So I've already got Peacock set up over there. I'm ready to fucking. It's gonna be snacks and drinks, and I'm gonna be by myself, so it's gonna get real gross, and I'm so excited for it.
For us wrestling nerds,
better be live tweeting.
This is a big giant weekend coming up. For all you non-wrestling people, why aren't you watching? WrestleMania is the 7th biggest sports property in the world for a reason.
Is that true?
It is true.
Yes.
At least it was true as of last year. It is. It is.
Wow.
And now that WWE and UFC have merged under the same parent company, there's a bunch of new stuff. And I highly recommend, if you haven't watched wrestling or haven't watched wrestling in years, check it out. It's going to be a fun show.
This specific build that they're doing between the Samoan dynasty and the Rhodes family, The Rock is back. And for those of you who only know him as an actor, come watch him in his realm. It will blow your mind. It's so much fun. Listen, I don't want to hear it's fake shit. What they do is more real than everything you watch on TV. It's wild, and it's so much fun if you just let yourself enjoy it. I promise you'll have a good time. I
might have been talked into it.
You have.
My neighbor, I'm not lying, 2 apartments this way. Look at my fucking arm right there. Yeah. My neighbor, 2 doors that way, literally does the WWE Divas makeup. He travels around the world. He's their makeup artist. Mm-hmm. So look him up at ZachPHX on Instagram. Good guy. Give him a follow. But he's literally their makeup artist.
That's awesome. Hell yeah. Well, I may be a wrestling guy. We'll see.
We'll get you there.
When is it?
Parmigiaco is my wrestling name now.
there you go. I like it. It's next weekend.
Shit.
So you get to watch wrestling Saturday, Sunday, and then Monday you get to go do some eclipsing.
Yes, sir. Dude, I'm going to be in Oklahoma for the eclipse, and I'm stoked. I'm going to be in the path. Yep, I'll be in the path.
I'm going to drive down to Indianapolis. We're going down Monday morning. We're going to play some disc golf, and then we found a course in that area by Indianapolis that's got a big open field next to it. So once we're done with disc golf, we're going to go over to the big open field, set up some cameras, and watch the eclipse. So I'm looking forward to it.
Hell yeah, dude.
I'll just be in Arizona watching everyone lose their shit at the SpaceX launches. Because they look like weird to us because they're already high in the sky by the time they get over Arizona, and everyone's like, what is it? Every time. It's the same thing every time. I have to pee so bad. So can we wrap this up?
Well, I mean, it's on film. If you do it right, you can make some money off of it.
That's the OnlyFans.
Subscribe to our Patreon.
Yeah, Patreon.
Watch Spicy P.
All right, gentlemen. Thank you very much for having me on. I greatly appreciate it.
Absolutely. Like every
it was a blast
that's on here. You got to send us out with a scream.
With a scream?
Yep.
1, 2, 3.
Thanks for listening to Hanging Loose, a disc golf podcast. We'll be back again next week. Until then, hang loose.